Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're the kind of person who really wants to master the equipment you rely on every single day, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're putting on our detective hats. We're going to investigate the secret, flashing language of your induction cooktop. So picture this. You're right in the middle of preparing a beautiful dinner. The kitchen is totally chaotic, and suddenly your induction cooktop just stops heating. Instead, it starts flashing this cryptic alphabet soup of letters and numbers at you. It's incredibly frustrating, right? But what if I told you your cooktop isn't just breaking down? It's actually desperately trying to communicate its needs to you. It is literally speaking a secret language.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for this explainer. We'll be looking at 1, the secret cooktop language, 2, the case of E5, 3, sensors, heat, and power, 4, the cookware compatibility test, 5, daily defense and maintenance, and finally, 6, safety first, when to stop.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the secret cooktop language. You know those flashing numbers really aren't just random glitches sent to ruin your dinner plans? They're actually a highly specific, built-in diagnostic language. Think about the methodical logic used in Baha's Series 2 induction models, for example. In E1 code, that means a fan cable issue. In E2, your heater is overheating. Once you get it, this transforms a really frustrating trial and error situation into a precise detective investigation. The machine is telling you exactly which subsystem is crying out for help.
Moving right along to Section 2, the case of E5. Now, here's where the plot thickens. The major complication in our detective work is that this diagnostic language, it is definitely not universal. Our prime suspect here is the notorious E5 code, which has wildly different dialects depending on the brand. If you've got an Electrolux, E5 means you're dealing with a phase or voltage issue. But on an A2ARX commercial unit, E5 means your IGBT module is damaged, which is a massive fire risk. Meanwhile, True Induction and Behea use E5 to flag a sensor or an internal temperature issue. The big takeaway here? You absolutely cannot just Google E5 error. You have to translate your specific manufacturer's dialect. Which brings us to Section 3, sensors, heat, and power. So, regardless of the brand dialect you're dealing with, there are some universal culprits that trigger these codes. And luckily, there's a universal first-line defense, the hard reset. Whether Electrolux tells you to wait 30 seconds or True Induction suggests a full 10-minute timeout, the logic is exactly the same. Turn the power all the way down to 0, physically unplug it, let those sensors clear out of their panic state, and then re-energize. Honestly, a lot of the time, this clears the board entirely. But if it doesn't, well, then we have to look at the hidden mechanical realities of a busy kitchen. I mean, induction cooktops are absolute powerhouses, but they're surprisingly vulnerable to their environment. Take thermal cycling. Going from dead cold to a rolling boil 100 times a week really stresses the internal adhesives. Then there's physical impact. Slamming down cast iron creates these tiny micro-scratches that will inevitably lead to cracked glass. But the real silent killer? Dirt in the vents. Grease literally suffocates the machine, blocking airflow to those critical IGBT power modules. And when those overheat, your cooktop is going to shut itself down just to save its own life.
That leads us perfectly into Section 4, the cookware compatibility test.
So, how do we prevent these mechanical failures before they happen? It literally starts with the tools you're placing on the glass. Good, highly magnetic cookware, we're talking 430 stainless steel or heavy cast iron, needs to be perfectly flat to make the machine's job effortless. Bad cookware, like aluminum, just straight up won't work. But actually, the real danger is a warped bottom. A pan that rocks back and forth creates terrible heat transfer, and that forces your cooktop to dangerously overheat itself just to compensate for the gaps. The absolute easiest, most foolproof way to ensure compatibility is the classic magnet test. If a magnet sticks firmly to the bottom of the pan, you are good to go. If it doesn't stick, the machine just cannot generate a magnetic field. In fact, placing a non-magnetic pan on the glass is basically the #1 reason you're going to trigger an instant E1 error code on a lot of these machines.
Okay, Section 5, daily defense and maintenance.
So, once you're armed with the right cookware, let's talk about the daily habits that will directly extend the lifespan of your appliance. Think of this as your daily operational checklist. First, always wait for that internal fan to stop spinning before you unplug it. Otherwise, you're going to confuse the sensors. Clean the glass while it's just slightly warm, around 50 degrees Celsius. Is perfect because the grease is still soft. Use a plastic scraper at a shallow 30-degree angle for the really tough stains. Always lift heavy pots instead of sliding them. And make sure you regularly brush out those vents to prevent that suffocating grease buildup we talked about earlier.
I really want to highlight this specific quote from the source material because it just perfectly captures that chaotic kitchen environment. Never clean a hot cooktop. The sudden temperature change is too much for the glass to handle. Just imagine it. You're rushing, a pot boils over, and you instinctively spray cold cleaner or wipe a wet rag directly onto a 200-degree glass panel. That thermal shock, it is going to cause that incredibly expensive ceramic glass to crack instantly. Patience isn't just a virtue here, it's a mechanical requirement.
And finally, Section 6, Safety First. When to stop.
Look, we've covered the diagnostics, but you absolutely have to know your hard stops. The most crucial point of all is recognizing when a flashing code isn't just a glitch, but a critical, immediate danger. Remember that ATRX E5 code? That indicates severe IGBT module damage. That is a highly documented fire risk. When you see critical hardware failure codes like that, you don't try testing another pot, you definitely don't try wiping down the glass. You immediately unplug the unit and call a professional. No exceptions.
And honestly, it goes way beyond just the error codes. The Z-Line user manual lays out some really severe safety warnings that apply to literally any brand you might own. Have a grease fire? Never ever use water, smother it, or use a chemical extinguisher. If your glass surface cracks, even if it's just a tiny hairline fracture from sliding a heavy pan, stop cooking immediately. Cleaning solutions and liquids can seep right through a broken cooktop and create a massive electric shock hazard. Also, never leave high heat unattended, and always respect the residual heat that lingers on the glass long after the power is cut. The stakes in a busy kitchen are very, very real.
Which leaves us with one final, absolutely vital question to ponder. Is your cooktop crying out for help, or are you treating it right? By taking the time to translate its secret language, matching it up with the proper tools, and keeping those vital vents clear, you totally transform yourself from a frustrated cook into a kitchen detective. You're empowered, you're in control, and you are protecting your investment for years to come.